once you arrive at your destination and you're going to do the credit card or paratransit transaction, you must put the meter to time off. You do that by hitting the button next to the furthest button on the left. So it's the second button going from left to right. At that point you press pay, and then you'll see right below cancel, send, illuminated in green, press send. That will send. Customers asked to swipe the card. They're prompted to tip if it's less than $10, $1, $2, $3, or other. If it's over $10, it's 20%, 25%, or 30% are the prompts, and other. So we're going to add, let's say, $1.50 tip onto this transaction. You'll see back on the middle screen, authorize. You hit authorize. We did this before, so you already have that. And we have the approval. You see this yellow card. Many body shops, auto shops use this for their customers to go back downtown. They'll have a limit, let's say, of $15, depending upon what the distance from their location and the destination is. The customer can use it one time only. You retain the card. For those and paratransit cards, you take the card, you swipe it, and that will then show up on your front seat terminal, as you can see. Now, with the paratransit, the most that anyone could tip and the least anyone could tip is 10%. So no matter what number you hit, it's going to give you a 10% tip if the customer authorizes the tip. So you put in some number, press send. You now have an approval for that transaction. You press OK. The customer, anytime you run a transaction on the from the front seat, you must get a signature. So you must print out a receipt. You press print. You get the receipt, and you have the customer sign the receipt where it's at the bottom next to the X. Customer may want, you retain this receipt and turn it in at the end of your shift. The customer may also want a receipt, so keep that meter on the time off position until you have printed out how many receipts you want. So then you would hand it to the customer, at which point you could then turn off the meter and press done. And after a couple seconds, you'll return back to booked in and be able to receive your next call. So in this case, it didn't happen. Okay, sometimes you'll accept, just in case we don't get this other thing, sometimes you'll accept a call and decide you don't want it. In that case, you press the resend, which is below the flat. You resend the order, so another driver will receive that order and the customer will be picked up. Also, what happens sometimes is you get a no-show, in which case you hit this bottom right choice, void, and that'll no-show. So let me demonstrate resend for you. Hey, you know what? I thought we weren't getting orders on these terminals. That's great. We got an order on the tablet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So they fixed it.
It'll say send info 3. You hit yes, and it sends info 3. Order resent. And of course, you always want to resend an order if you're unable to pick up the customer, so that someone else can pick up that customer.